According to a 2024 report by the American Heart Association, over 60% of adults over age 60 unknowingly perform at least one type of exercise that increases their risk of heart strain or irregular rhythm, even if they feel perfectly healthy. If you're over 60, I need you to hear this loud and clear. Some of the most common exercises we've been told are healthy might actually be silently harming your heart. I say this not to alarm you, but to protect you, because I've seen it firsthand. As a heart specialist with over 25 years of experience treating adults over 60, I've watched seniors walk into my clinic thinking they're doing everything right. They're eating well, moving daily, even following advice from popular fitness programs. But then I check their numbers, and something doesn't add up. Blood pressure is elevated. Heart rhythm is irregular. They feel more tired instead of energized. And sometimes their heart is silently struggling, all because of a well-meaning workout they didn't know was risky. You see, the aging heart is not the same heart you had in your 30s or 40s. It becomes more sensitive to pressure, temperature, and stress. Even one wrong movement, if too intense, too sudden, or performed at the wrong time, can cause a dangerous spike in blood pressure or trigger hidden arrhythmias that quietly weaken your body over time. And the scariest part? Most seniors have no idea they're doing anything wrong. They're just following routines they saw on TV, in magazines, or passed down from a friend. That's why in this video, I'm begging you, please stop doing 5 specific types of exercise that may be damaging your heart more than helping it. Each one is based on clinical evidence, patient stories, and updated science from trusted institutions like the Cleveland Clinic, the American Heart Association, and Harvard Health. But I won't just leave you hanging. I'll also show you safer, heart-friendly alternatives, exercises that strengthen you without stressing your heart. Because at this age, it's not about moving harder, it's about moving smarter. So please, stay with me until the very end. Your heart has supported you every day of your life. Now, it's your turn to support it by choosing movement that heals, not harms. When you were 40, your body could bounce back quickly. When you were 50, your heart could still handle a little push. But after 60, everything changes, especially the way your heart responds to exercise. The truth is, the aging heart doesn't work the same way it used to. As we age, the blood vessels become less flexible, meaning your arteries don't expand and contract as easily as they once did. This reduced elasticity increases blood pressure swings during physical activity, especially during sudden, intense movements. And while younger hearts can adapt to those swings, older hearts can't recover as quickly. Your heart's electrical system, the one that keeps your rhythm steady and strong, also becomes more sensitive with time. That's why seemingly normal workouts, jogging, cycling uphill, boot camp classes, can suddenly cause heart palpitations, arrhythmias, or even dangerous cardiac events if you're not careful. In fact, a 2023 study from Johns Hopkins University confirmed that seniors over 65 who performed high-intensity workouts without proper conditioning were twice as likely to experience abnormal heart rhythms compared to those who followed gentler routines. Why? Because their cardiovascular system was already under silent stress. And here's the part no one tells you. You may feel fine. You may look strong on the outside, but your heart could still be struggling on the inside. Until one day, it's not just a skipped beat, it's a crisis. That doesn't mean you should stop moving. Not all. It means you need to move wisely. Your goal now isn't to break records. It's to preserve your independence, boost your energy, and protect the incredible machine that's been pumping for you your entire life. Gentle routines like chair yoga, light strength training, or a brisk but calm walk through nature offer powerful benefits without overstimulating your system. So if you've been doing popular workouts designed for people half your age, it may be time to reconsider. Because the strongest seniors aren't the ones who push the hardest. They're the ones who protect their health, one smart step at a time. HIIT, or high-intensity interval training, is everywhere these days. You see in fitness ads, on TV, in community classes, quick bursts of all-out effort, followed by short recovery periods. It's fast, it's trendy, and for many younger people, it can be effective. But if you're over 60, HIIT may be one of the most dangerous routines you could follow, even if you feel fit. Here's why. High-intensity exercise pushes your heart rate to its maximum in a very short time. For seniors, this sudden spike can overwhelm an already aging cardiovascular system. Your arteries may be stiffer. Your electrical conduction system, the part that keeps your heart beating in rhythm, may be more fragile. This means the risks are real. Sudden arrhythmias, sharp increases in blood pressure, and in some cases, cardiac events that no one sees coming. I've seen this firsthand. A 67-year-old patient of mine who looked strong and healthy began doing HIIT routines from YouTube every morning. After 2 weeks, she started feeling dizzy spells, which she brushed off. Then came chest fluttering. It wasn't until she fainted during a burpee challenge that she landed in my office. Her heart was in a dangerous rhythm. She didn't need surgery. She needed rest and better guidance. HIIT isn't bad by nature, but it is bad for many aging hearts, especially those with hypertension, atrial fibrillation, or underlying plaque buildup. Even if you used to tolerate intense exercise, your heart now deserves a new approach. So what should you do instead? Switch to gentle, heart-loving movement. Tai Chi, proven to improve blood flow, balance, and mood. Brisk but steady walking, especially outdoors or with music. Water aerobics, low impact, full body benefit. These still boost endurance and circulation, but without the pressure, the pace, or the panic. Remember, you're not competing with a stopwatch anymore. You're investing in the next 20-plus years of energy, mobility, and confidence. Choose the exercise that supports your lifespan, not your ego. We've all heard it. Stay strong as you age. Build muscle. Protect your bones. And yes, strength training is important. But if you're over 60, not all strength exercises are created equal. Let me explain why core crunches, sit-ups, and heavy lifting could be silently straining your heart, and why the risk is more common than you might think. When you engage in a crunch or lift a heavy dumbbell, especially while holding your breath, your body creates something called intra-abdominal pressure. This isn't just a little tension in your belly. It's a full body pressure wave that travels upward, through your chest, and lands right on your heart. Your blood pressure can spike suddenly. Your heart has to work harder to push blood through stiffening arteries. And if you're already dealing with hypertension or reduced arterial elasticity, that spike can be dangerous. I've had patients in their early 70s who fainted mid-lift. Others developed chest tightness or heart palpitations after a few sit-up sessions. They weren't doing anything wrong in their minds, just following the same routines they used to. But here's the truth. Your heart today is not the heart you had at 40. Even a single rep of overexertion can become the tipping point. And what's most heartbreaking? These seniors were trying to stay fit, not get hurt. So what's the safer way forward? Skip the strain. Switch to controlled resistance. Use resistance bands instead of weights. Practice wall sits or seated leg extensions rather than lifting heavy. Try isometric holds that build stability without the surge. And always exhale on effort. Breathing out as you push or lift can prevent pressure buildup and protect your heart. You're not giving up on strength. You're just trading ego lifting for smart support. Because in your 60s, 70s, and beyond, it's not about how much you lift. It's about how wisely you move and how kindly you treat your most loyal muscle of all, your heart. We often talk about exercise as medicine. But what if I told you the time and place of your workout could quietly turn that medicine into a risk? Here's the truth. If you're over 60, your body doesn't regulate temperature the way it used to. And working out in extreme weather, whether it's scorching heat or biting cold, can put silent, serious pressure on your heart. Let's start with cold weather. When the air gets chilly, your body tries to conserve heat by narrowing your blood vessels, especially in the arms, legs, and skin. This is called vasoconstriction, and it's your body's natural survival response. But that narrowing also means your blood pressure rises, sometimes dangerously so, especially if you already live with hypertension or arterial stiffness. Now flip the season. In hot weather, your body tries to cool down by widening blood vessels, sweating more, and pumping blood closer to the skin. But here's the catch. You lose fluids rapidly. Your heart rate climbs, and dehydration sets in faster than you think, especially when you're older and thirst cues are weaker. In both extremes, your heart is forced to work overtime, not because of the workout itself, but because it's fighting to stabilize your temperature. I've treated seniors who suffered shortness of breath during a winter morning walk, others who collapsed in summer heat after just 10 minutes of movement. They thought they were doing something healthy, and they were in the wrong conditions. So here's your safer path forward. Exercise indoors when temperatures dip below 50 degrees Fahrenheit, 10 degrees Celsius, or rise above 80 degrees Fahrenheit, 27 degrees Celsius. Use climate-controlled environments, malls, gyms, or a cool room at home. Hydrate before, during, and after. Dress in layers for cold and light, breathable clothing for heat. Most importantly, listen to your body. If your chest feels tight, your breathing becomes hard, or your energy drops fast, stop immediately. Remember, you don't need the weather to challenge your heart. Your commitment alone is powerful enough. Choose comfort over extremes, and let safety become your strength. Fast movement feels powerful, almost like a rebellion against aging. Jumping jacks, stair sprints, quick dance aerobics, or even online HIIT routines make you feel alive, like you're keeping up. But here's what most people over 60 don't realize. The faster you move, the more confused your heart can become. And in many cases, those rapid, jerky motions are secretly overloading your nervous system, arteries, and balance. Let me explain. As we age, our nervous system slows down. The reflexes that once stabilized you during sudden movements, not as sharp. Your arteries? Stiffer, less able to accommodate sudden surges in blood flow. And your coordination? More fragile, even if your muscles still feel strong. When you jump, twist, or quickly shift direction, your body scrambles to keep up. Blood pressure may spike suddenly. Oxygen flow may lag, leaving you lightheaded or breathless. And worst of all, your balance system may misfire, leading to falls, faintness, or irregular heart rhythms. As a heart doctor, I've seen seniors collapse during community fitness classes, not from exhaustion, but from internal chaos their bodies couldn't regulate. It's heartbreaking because these weren't people being lazy. These were folks trying to stay active, trying to do what's good for them. But fast doesn't mean fit, and energizing doesn't always mean safe. The real strength at this age is in control. Balance-focused exercises are not only safer, they're scientifically better for your aging heart. Try these instead. Tai Chi improves oxygen control, balance, and cardiovascular rhythm. Water aerobics offers resistance with zero joint stress. Gentle dance therapy, rhythm without the rush. Chair yoga builds mobility with calm, controlled motion. Here's the key truth. Your heart is not a machine, it's a rhythm. And after 60, rhythm thrives on fluid, not frantic movement. So let go of the idea that faster is better. Your longevity depends on stability, not speed. Let's keep going, because even if your movements are now heart-friendly, timing can still sabotage your heart's ability to heal. For many seniors, late evening feels like the perfect time to move. The day has slowed down, the chores are done, and it finally seems peaceful enough for a walk or a light workout. But here's something most people over 60 don't know. Exercising too late can quietly harm your heart by robbing it of its most precious healing time, sleep. Let me explain. Your body runs on something called a circadian rhythm, a built-in 24-hour clock that governs everything from your sleep cycle to hormone release to heart rate. When you exercise late at night, especially within 2 to 3 hours of bedtime, you stimulate adrenaline, raise your core temperature, and elevate your heart rate. It tells your body, wake up, right when it should be winding down. This delay in transition confuses the brain. It postpones melatonin, your sleep hormone. It shortens deep sleep, the very phase when your heart repairs inflammation, calms down blood pressure, and restores rhythm. I've treated many seniors who felt constantly tired or had higher morning blood pressure, not realizing that their night walks or late yoga sessions were keeping their hearts overstimulated well into the night. And here's the scary part. Poor sleep is directly linked to higher risk of heart disease, stroke, and arrhythmia. Now, does this mean you shouldn't move at all in the evening? Not necessarily, but your movement should be gentle, brief, and calming, not stimulating. Instead, here's what I recommend. Best time for cardio, between 9 a.m. and 2 p.m., when your energy peaks and heart rate adapts well. Evening routine, light stretching, slow breathing, or short strolls in silence. Sleep hygiene, finish all meals and movement at least 3 hours before bed. Let your nights become a sanctuary for your heart. Because while exercise builds strength, only sleep can rebuild your heart from the inside out. Coming up next, I'll walk you through the exercises you should be doing, the safe and powerful ones that support your heart instead of straining it. By now, you might be wondering, if I can't do intense workouts or late-night routines, what should I be doing? I'm so glad you asked, because here's the truth. Movement is still essential, but it needs to be the right kind of movement for your heart now, not the one you had 30 years ago. Let me walk you through the most powerful, heart-friendly exercises for seniors. 1. Walking, the underrated lifesaver. A 20 to 30-minute walk each day, especially outdoors in fresh air, gently raises your heart rate, boosts circulation, and improves mood. It's low impact, joint safe, and proven to lower blood pressure and improve cholesterol over time. 2. Water aerobics, zero strain, all gain. This is a favorite among my older patients. Exercising in water reduces joint pressure while giving your muscles and heart a solid workout. It also cools your core temperature, reducing cardiac strain, especially in warmer months. 3. Chair yoga, flexibility meets safety. Gentle stretching routines that can be done from a seated or standing position. Chair yoga improves balance, posture, and blood flow, and reduces fall risk, all while keeping your heart calm and steady. 4. Resistance bands, strength without shock. Skip the heavy dumbbells. Use resistance bands for slow, controlled strength training. They activate muscles without the sudden spikes in blood pressure that free weights can cause. 5. Joint-safe flexibility routines. Light mobility exercises such as arm circles, heel raises, and side steps help maintain range of motion and keep your body moving with grace and safety. Remember, the goal is consistency, not intensity. You don't need to feel the burn. You need to feel supported, balanced, and strong. Coming up next, I'll share daily safety tips that every senior should know before exercising. Even the smallest tweak can make a big difference. Now that you know which exercises to avoid and which ones to embrace, let's talk about the how. Because even the safest routine can go wrong if you don't pay attention to when and how you're moving. Best time to exercise? Morning or early afternoon is ideal for seniors. Why? Your body is naturally more alert, your blood pressure is stable, and your metabolism is active. Exercising late in the day, especially close to bedtime, can raise your heart rate and disturb your sleep cycle. How to monitor your heart rate safely? Here's a simple method. While exercising, you should still be able to talk, but not sing. If you're breathless or unable to finish a sentence comfortably, you're pushing too hard. Or use the 220-age method to estimate your maximum heart rate. Stay within 50% to 70% of that number during exercise. This is your heart's safe zone. Consistency beats intensity. You don't have to move for an hour straight. In fact, 3 10-minute walks can be just as beneficial as one 30-minute session, and often easier on the joints. Rest days matter too. Your body needs time to heal and adapt. Make sure to take at least one full rest day per week. No guilt, just gentle stretching or light chores. Above all, listen to your body. Not every day will feel the same, and that's okay. In the next section, I'll give you a burst of encouragement and simple mindset tips that'll keep you going even when motivation fades. Let's take a breath together. If this video has you thinking, have I been doing it wrong all this time? I want you to stop and hear this. You have not failed. You've cared enough to learn, and that's already powerful. Healthy aging isn't about pushing harder. It's about protecting wisely. Every step you take from this moment forward should come from a place of kindness toward your body, not punishment for your past. And that means choosing movement that supports you, not stresses you. It's okay to go slower. It's okay to change your routine. It's okay to listen to your body more than the latest fitness trend. Because real strength isn't in how fast you move, it's in how gently you stay consistent. Build a morning routine that includes just 10 minutes of mindful movement. Take a walk with someone you love. Stretch to music that soothes you. Breathe deeply. Hydrate fully. Sleep with intention. This isn't about chasing youth. It's about honoring your heart, your energy, and your independence. One smart choice at a time. And now, in our final section, let's wrap this up with a heartfelt message. A closing thought I believe every senior deserves to hear. If you've stayed with me until now, I want you to hear this. You're not here by accident. You're here because deep down, your heart deserves more. More care, more attention, more respect. The choices you make in your 60s, 70s, and beyond carry incredible power. Not because you need to be perfect, but because you're wise enough to choose better. No, you don't need to stop moving. But yes, it's time to stop pushing your heart into exercises that no longer serve it. Let go of outdated advice. Release the pressure to keep up. And embrace movement that heals instead of harms. You're not too old to grow stronger. You're not too late to feel better. And you are definitely not alone on this journey. Now I'd love to hear from you. What's one small change you'll make today for your heart health? Leave a comment below. Type 1 if this helped you, or 0 if you'd like us to improve. Your story matters. Your feedback helps us support more people like you. And if this message touched you in any way, please consider subscribing so you never miss the heart-first advice your body deserves. Here's to moving smarter, living longer, and feeling lighter, one gentle step at a time.